Bitcoin, Ethereum, what's going on? It's starting to increase. But why did it drop so low? Let's check it out. And what is happening with Tether under the US dollar now? What is happening there? Is crypto about to explode? Or is it about to crash again? Come find out it all here at Barry Charles. Welcome to the channel, guys. We have big news here with Tether obviously crashing of late. Can it rebound? This can be huge for the crypto market. There's a lot of people brought all their crypto in the USDT market, so it's interesting to see the future there. But what does it mean for you if you have Bitcoin or Ethereum? So if Tether continues to crash further and further, you might see the US government come involved. With all this money getting lost, get it regulated, crash the market even more as people sell out with the cost of fear, and there'll be people left with all this crypto money that is worthless, especially if you just own Tether, not actually have it in crypto. But it'll have an overflow effect to Bitcoin as well as Ethereum, which are the two main players in this market. So Bitcoin and Ethereum, what has been happening lately? Well, obviously with Bitcoin, it has dropped as low as 50% in the last 6 months. From above 60,000, now it's around the $30,000 mark. Started to creep up of late, so that's a good sign. And maybe we're getting to the bottom of this so-called, you could say, crash. But where's the future hold here for Bitcoin? Is Bitcoin gone? Can you just forget about it now? This is a big thing you've got to think about. Honestly, when it comes to crypto and stocks, everything now. There's too many people out there, especially the retail investors, that want to get quick, rich, fast. And boom, boom, boom. They're in the stock and then they're out. In the stock and out. And I think one thing a lot of them are not thinking about is the tax implications of that. You have to pay higher tax on that gain very quickly. And if you don't watch out, you get into trouble with the tax man. That's something people have to think about buying in and out of stocks, because you've got to pay for your capital gains. And no matter where you are in the world, it happens. So is it a good strategy? Well, in the last few years, you would say it's a very good strategy if you're buying and selling at the right time. With a lot of these, like Bitcoin, for instance, and Ethereum, and then going into stocks, if you bought into GameStop, if you bought into Zoom, and realizing where the peak is and selling. Now, you're never going to get that peak, but if you just make the profit, that's the thing a lot of smart investors do. Take the profit off the table. You've made money. You can keep some of the stock if you want. Make sure you make a profit, because there's no guarantee their money's going to stay there. A lot of people that have held their stocks and seen them drop 50% or even more, it's very costly. So getting back to Bitcoin, where's the future hold for here? Is this an old thing now? Bitcoin's not cool anymore. That's a very good question you have to think about. Has Bitcoin had its hype and now it's done? It's going to settle down. Will it rise to 100k or more? That's an interesting point, because the NFTs will come involved. So it'd be just an interesting thing to see if crypto stays. Now, obviously for Bitcoin, being able to purchase items is where crypto needs to go. That's what they've struggled with. If they can start really getting into that, it'll be a good time to buy. Now, looking at Ethereum. Yeah, in the last 5 days, Ethereum has gone up 6%. Still very low at the $2,000 mark. Still a very good buy for mine, if you believe we're going to the moon again. To me, this is a more affordable crypto for me. I think Bitcoin's just too expensive. Even Ethereum can be too expensive for a lot of you out there, but to me, I just see it might not gain as much as Bitcoin, but it's pretty much follows what Bitcoin does, and being able to afford to get more into it, to me, makes sense. So yeah, Ethereum is where I'd invest out of the two, but you definitely can invest in all these other cryptos. There's nothing stopping you from buying these other cryptos, and that's where a lot of people have made oobers of money in the last few years. But you can also have lost a lot of money. As one of the most important ones that people know is Dogecoin millionaire. He started off with 150k. It went to 3 million, and I'll be scared to see what it is now. I'll be stone cold if it's even 300k now. Might even be less. Dogecoin has just fallen off a cliff, and disappointing if you were in that for the long term, because I just don't see it rising back to where it was. So where does that mean for crypto? Is crypto going to be around for the future? It's something you've got to decide if you want to invest into crypto. Is it a flash in the pan? It's been around for quite a while now. A lot of people say it's going to take over the stock market, but it's yet to prove that. It's definitely been on the way towards that, but still yet to be fully proven. Where's some price targets? Where do you want some price targets? There's 100k in Bitcoin's future. Will we see it get to the 50k mark, and it's just steadies because of all the retail investors looking for the next new thing? That's that's something in investing that I think is going to become more and more common. These long-term plays, even though I like this long-term play strategies, there's no necessity that this is going to continue to be the way people hold stocks. They have held stocks for a long time, but if you've seen the prices dropping on quite a few of them more recently, that maybe the times have changed and they're going to go in and out of stocks more often, looking for gains, short-term gains, instead of looking for the super long-term gains. It takes too long to get rich. I want to be a millionaire yesterday. That's the thing with investing. That's what has changed the market the last 2 or 3 years, that people were really trying to get quick rich and get out, but there's a lot of people that are trying it and losing big time as well. So there's always, all the gains is brilliant, but it also can crash and burn very quickly. And a lot of people have bought into Dogecoin when it was at its highs of about 70 cents and watch it crash and burn, and then lost 60, 70 and way more of their money. So looking to the future for cryptocurrencies, what can we see in the future? What's the parameters to say this is here for the future? Well, obviously one of the big things is, can we buy stuff with it? It's one thing. Can we buy the Teslas? Can we buy a new house with it? Can we buy pizza with it? Can we buy a new washing machine? This is all the stuff that crypto needs to sort out if it really wants to be here long term. There's always said it's going to be able to do this, but it just hasn't come to fruition yet. So it'll be interesting to see what the future holds here for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Yeah, if you want a price target for me, let's say in the next 5 years, I'm still predicting Bitcoin will be fine. And I would suggest 100k should happen, and Ethereum should be pushing towards 6k. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out from here. I'm expecting big things from both of these going into the future. I think they are here to stay. Not financial advice, but if the cryptos are going to stay around, these are the two. They're going to definitely be the big players. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. It's time for me to rock and roll out of here. I've got other very important videos to make for you guys out there. So remember to subscribe to the channel and smash the like button so we get to share the love of finance with everyone all around the world. Take care out there, and I'll be back for another video soon.